Well, I'm going to see if they can do it once here in the Spring Championships. It's going to be a tall order, but hey, somebody's already done it today.
Yeah, I mean, Bruxo had to get an upset over Fiend just to be in this spot. We'll see if Bruxo can get an upset over West now as they get into it. And like you said, Chun-Li versus Macho Man for game number 1.
They got the Gauntlets versus the Rocket Lance right here on Apocalypse. And West already off to a hot start here, but Bruxo not far behind. And West, I mean, honestly just came off a barn burner of a match between him and Hughes. And really just Hughes just missing out on like one key moment. Could have been here in this situation, but West going to see if they can capitalize here, see if they can keep this bracket run going.
Yeah, West so far struggling a little bit, but kind of similar to what we saw earlier, right? It takes him a little bit to find that momentum, but he does find the ground pound, goes for the chase dodge down toss, doesn't get the hit. Bruxo with the turnaround ground pound will get the first stock.
And that's one of those things, if you're going to go down there for a ground pound, you got to make sure you are as accurate as possible, because otherwise you end up in a situation like that. Bruxo ready for the counter punish, and they surely made it count. And they're getting some great extra credit on this stock too.
Yeah, they're already finding more and more hits onto West's second stock. West with the axe in hand. This is generally his stock finisher, but Bruxo staying outside of those axe airs.
Yep, okay, ooh. Definitely trying to do the job here, and man, West is unfortunately not able to close out this stock. Bruxo going to continue to just chase him down too. Now has the gauntlets back in hand. West is getting a soft hit. Not going to do anything too crazy with it though.
Interesting information there. West, you can hold that down sig. He just tapped it. Bruxo knew it and challenged it. Went in with a side air punish opportunity for West. He will get the stock.
I actually kind of respect that option, right? Because if West did get aggressive there, that could have been a huge punish, a huge lead opener for Bruxo. Unfortunately, they didn't get what they wanted, but like West is already in red, and they almost closed out a stock right there from across the stage.
Yeah, if you're going to start throwing out heavies willy-nilly, that's your opportunity. Throw some SIGs out when you've got the extra stock and the opponent's in red. West hoping to bring this one closer, get some hits, doesn't go for the jump nair.
And Bruxo in a good spot. We just saw West attempt the ground. Oh, gravity cancel SIG. Just not able to get that hit that they wanted. And Bruxo, man, this pressure has been unrelenting so far.
Yeah, Bruxo looking so good, staying just outside the side airs and then going in when he sees the opportunity. Going over to the spear now. Haven't seen much of Bruxo's spear for game number 1.
Yeah, it's really been basically all gauntlet so far, but now West with a huge opening there. All right, I'm not going to get too much else out of that. I respect the option to just go back to stage. Oh my goodness.
What a turnaround. West with the ground pound suddenly has the lead over Bruxo.
Yeah, that's actually huge. Bruxo has to dial this back. Look at that. Got the gauntlets back in hand. Going to feel a little bit more comfortable here. Taking that stock right back. This is how I want to see players answer big plays.
Yeah, keep this one close, tight to the chest. Bruxo had the lead throughout most of it. We'll see if he can build that lead again, but West has a lance.
Yeah, this Rocket Lance definitely putting in the work right now. West remembering how good they are all of a sudden. Just laddering them, literally.
I know Bruxo's the one with the ladder spear, but it's West who is laddering with the nairs. Offstage opportunity, down sig connects, slide charging it over the corner.
Yeah, and West was in a scary spot, finds her way back to the stage. Unfortunately, got a little too aggressive there. Wait, this could be something. Oh, no! Can they make it back? Oh, just barely not touching the wall. Bruxo, beautiful play there. That's exactly what I like to see. My goodness.
Big read attempt from West. Could have been the W. That's one of those plays where you look at it and you go, either he's a genius if this hits or he's a fool if it misses. And unfortunately, that time he was the fool.
Yeah, and I mean, we're looking at I'm looking at the accuracy here between these two players and just the light attacks alone, right? Where Bruxo hit a lot more, almost 50% of their light attacks, but West hit 82. Like, they threw out a lot, and only landed 28%. Like, if you could just imagine him landing even 10% more, that could have been a much different game, a much stronger game for West.
I mean, the big thing for me were the graphs. I don't know if we were able to show them in time, but they were so much shorter on the side of, I think, Bruxo.
Yeah.
But here we go into game number 2, sticking with the same characters on Apocalypse.
Okay. Here we go, though. Bruxo trying to find that same momentum they had in the game 1. Ooh, okay, I like that. Definitely tried for a strong SIG, but West was able to bully their way back out to the stage, taking a huge stock. Is that literally how game 1 started?
It was the second stock, but it might as well have been the first, because Bruxo's got to start to learn that lesson, man. Those Lance ground pounds can be so good at turning a situation around.
Hopefully Bruxo starts to respect them off stage a little bit more, but their combo game has been great. They've just been getting caught in these very unfortunate scenarios where West, it feels like West is just really baiting it out. Because, oh no, I'm getting comboed. Takes your stock.
I mean, it's classic information is that Lance struggles in the offstage. Struggles does not mean auto loses in the offstage, and unfortunately, Wes is winning in the offstage with the Lance.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely comfortable in any position with this Lance right now. Brujo trying to get something going. Ooh, okay, nice stuff. Building up that damage. I like it.
Brujo trying to start a brouhaha here on the offstage again. West this time throws away the Lance, doesn't go for the ground pound.
West now got that axe in hand. They're going to be looking to close out the stock here. Beautifully played, getting the ground pound. Really just putting a dent into Brujo's ego at the moment. Like, they were looking good, they were feeling good, and all of a sudden you got humble checked.
Yeah, this has now got to be a wake-up call for Brujo. He was so good in game number 1. Here in game number 2, struggling a little bit more. Almost gets the stock, but not quite. Opportunity for the edge guard, and yes.
Beautiful. Yes, that's what I want to see. Now we're in a one-stock situation here. From what seemed like a very terrible or a tough position for Brujo is now incredibly doable all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is completely even. Brujo with the game advantage could get another upset here. Wes, axe in hand, starting to find chunks.
Yeah, a lot of damage there, just getting strong hits. But now Brujo, they had the offensive option and just let it go. They just were not able to commit.
What? What? He was free. He was safe. He could have just not gone in front of the Lance, but instead said, what if I stood right here in front of it?
Yeah, whatever sound you made, I agree.
I was trying to, like, I was like, maybe there's a justification. Because, like, before people understood you could chase dodge, that was one of the strats against Lance, is like, tank it and they'll just fall. That's not a thing anymore.
It seemed like Bruxo was like just gonna go on the stage and just be safe, and then like halfway through they decided, oh wait, I can try to punish them, and this didn't do it fast enough.
I guess the indecision did not pay off for Brujo, but either way, we are now tied up 1 game each.
Yep. And again, right back to Apocalypse here. Bruxo trying to get this going here with the gauntlets. They've been very consistent with these all set so far, but Wes with the rocket lance carrying them across the stage. Ooh, had to expend the air dodge.
Yo, still finding hits, though. Brujo gets caught out, and Wes is going to get the recovery. Massive lead for Wes.
They are looking good, absolutely. And now Bruxo with the ladder in hand, seeing if they can get something going here. But Wes, we saw some of the big hits that they were landing. They landed like a 6-hit string with the axe at the end of game 2. And it was just reading what Bruxo was doing.
You know, some teams are second-half teams. Some players are third-game players. That's Wes, as this is a completely different beast.
Oh, yeah, no, he's definitely got a nice read on Bruxo. Figures out exactly how they want to be playing around this. And again, I mean, Bruxo's only taken, what, 1 set off them in a community tournament? But right now, Wes is really showcasing, hey, this is why I'm better than you, and I'm going to continue to show you why. Calling out all your options, getting huge punishes, but we do have Bruxo showing us they got some signs of life in them.
You know, some solid Kikosho coming out from Brujo to even up the stock count, but the damage, it's not looking good for Brujo.
And this axe coming out once more. Although I don't know how I feel entirely about the axe when they had the rocket lance in hand at one point and tossed it away in favor of the axe. And I feel like with what you were doing with that rocket lance, it was just already like so much more catastrophic. Not to say that the axe isn't doing any work, but you know.
It can definitely create some catastrophes of its own, but really it's trying to take stocks, right? Like that's what he wanted. Right. Brujo was in the red, so he's like, you know what, I'll just find a side air, we're good. As he goes over to the Lance for the final stock of Brujo here in game number 3.
Man, he is just reading everywhere that Brujo's trying to go.
Oh, no! A heartbreaker, just the gentle toss as he goes back to the stage, kind of he just drops the lance out of his hand, and that's all he needed.
He goes, how did you end up down there? Just let it go. It's like the Acme Corporation. You just drop the anvil.
Yeah. maybe a little heavier than your average anvil, but either way, Brujo now making the swap in game number 4, hoping that the Rayman's going to be the solution to Wes.
Well, we'll certainly see if that is the case here. But here we go into our next map here, game 4, and Wes is looking so good.
And we're not on Apocalypse for this one. Instead, we're here with 3 platforms for Bruxo to hopefully get away from the Lance.
One of the less popular stages. I don't see this one a whole lot. I don't think anybody does really. But we're going to see if Bruxo can try to find that.
Oh, no.
Oh, goodness.
He's done. He's done. Oh, he gets back up. Where did he get that chase touch from?
I don't know. But
okay.
A little bit of extra sauce on the top of that, too. Representing Brazil here. Let's go, Wes.
Wes planting the flag, saying this one is done. This one's in the books, as he is 1 game away from finishing out Bruxo's run.
Great stuff from Wes so far. And I mean, you got Bruxo on the back foot already, and that's like, what, 10 seconds, 30 seconds into the game? That's a feels bad. That definitely feels bad. You're already down 2-1 and down a stock this quick. Wes is feeling good. He is in Bruxo's mind.
Bruxo feeling good about that side sig. Unfortunately, couldn't finish off the stock, though. Offstage opportunity, the weapon toss.
Oh, that was so
him.
clean. All right, axe in hand now, trying to be the firefighter to stop any sort of fire that Bruxo's trying to start here.
Ooh. I love the attempt for the gravity cancel side light there. Bruxo, yep, will finish off the stock. A great down air to deny the wall touch.
And you know what's good about that, too? They didn't take a whole lot of damage on the second stock. Granted, you are in the orange, but it could have been much worse, especially with the way that West started off here. So Bruxo could still very well turn this around very much in this game. They just got to stop West with this rocket lance, man.
Yeah, I mean, going from basically a full stock behind at the start of this one to bring this back to orange, looks nice, but another side air, and Bruxo's in trouble. Gets through the weapon toss. Doesn't find a landing, though.
West just kind of stood there. I don't know what was going on.
Maybe thought he was done.
It's like, oh, maybe I got to think about walking forward here for a little bit. They do get the down stick, closing out that stock. Beautiful stuff here with the Macho Man. 1 stock away from moving on in bracket.
Legs might be tired. Maybe wants to ride a rocket to the victory screen as final stock here for Bruxo. Potentially elimination point. No punish.
I mean, they're still not in a horrible spot here. They could still make a big play on this stock, and then you just got to go through one more. You're just getting into the yellow, so things are not that grim quite yet, but they will be if you don't find a way to start getting these hits in.
Yeah, just a single tap is not nearly enough. Down sig connects, but it doesn't spike West. Chasing up, gets the side air. Final stocks here. Can Bruxo take this to game number 5?
I mean, we'll definitely see if they can make it happen, but unarmed West at the moment. Bruxo is a combo fiend with these gauntlets, so really it just kind of takes that one opening and a few solid reads, and all of a sudden, West is on the back foot. They're dropping this game.
Down sig thrown out. Wes avoids it.
This movement so crisp at the moment. Wes looking really good, but Bruxo's starting to feel a bit more confident. That's what I like to see. And he's trying to get that rocket lance back and just realize, hey, I'm not going to be able to get this one. I'm not fast enough.
No weapon for Wes. Bruxo playing the denial game. This is what Bruxo needs to bring this one back.
Ooh, but they got the axe in hand. They definitely tried to stop them, but unfortunately just was not quick enough. Almost taking that stock, forcing a game 5.
Ooh. 2-piece punish. It's just the side air. Bruxo goes in for the ground pound.
Oh, this is getting so scary.
Oh, disarmed again.
Oh, now this thing's getting a little bit dangerous here. Bruxo trying to close it out. Oh, no.
He went deep. He wanted it. He knew if that side air hit, it would have been done. We would have been in game 5. But Wes, with the dodge, with the turnaround, is going to close it out 3-1. And I think that secures his spot in the top 4.
I believe it does, yes. But wow, man. Got to hand it to West. That was getting a little bit out of hand there. Bruxo fighting with all of their heart, just trying to stay alive with this bracket. But unfortunately, they got a little too greedy at the end there, and West was ready for the biggest punish of this bracket so far, I think.
Yeah, that was a 10 damage difference between the two of them in favor of Bruxo. Like, Bruxo was by and large bringing that back. You still got to give a lot of credit to Bruxo coming in, was not expected to make it this far. Had to upset Fiend, went into the top 8 winner side and got knocked out, but still coming in as PR number 9, finishing it out with a 5th place finish. That's pretty good.